Our enterprise is a part of a large production association in Omsk, which is engaged in the production of medicines. We use various pharmaceutical equipment that meets the requirements and standards of GMP to produce products, a unit for dehydration of aqueous solutions, and extracts in a fluidized bed apparatus, rotary tablet machines, an automatic line for packaging tablets into plastic film, and foil and other high-tech machines and apparatuses. At the beginning of last year, we received a large order for the delivery of a warming ointment. According to the technology, the ointment had to be hermetically packaged and sealed with a special aluminum membrane. Sealed packaging creates the best conditions for the preservation of medicines in plastic, paper and glass containers. We decided to buy new automatic equipment for inserting the aluminum membrane into the seal. It was also supposed to provide automatic drug sealing of plastic closures. The capping machine is used to automatically feed the vials, and corks the neck of the vial with rubber stoppers and aluminum caps, as well as screw caps. The capacity of the desired machine is at least 60 bottles per minute. I have been working at our company for 10 years, as a chief engineer, and I am used to doing my job properly, and working only with specialists. I took the choice of machines for the installation of the membrane seriously. I did not look for equipment on the internet, because often a pretty picture hides unprofessionalism. I visited the International Exhibition of Equipment, Raw Materials and Technologies for Pharmaceutical Production, which was held in Moscow. There were many bottling machines on display, companies from all over the world. I chose the 3 most suitable for my requirements, and took contacts from the representatives. It was necessary to agree the selected automatic equipment with the management, and then sign a contract for the supply. Back at the company, I started contacting the representatives of the equipment manufacturers by telephone. A company from Germany agreed to supply equipment for installing aluminum membranes in the seal, but asked me to come and sign the contract in person. Unfortunately, I could not travel to the EU, as I did not have a visa, and the visa process would have taken at least 3 months. One company from China sent me a catalog of products in the mail. I took a long time to choose, but I could not figure out whether the equipment will be able to cork bottles of plastic. What is the allowed volume of bottles? The third manufacturer from Krasnodar listened to me and replied that he could make the equipment only 6 months, citing the large volume of orders. I had to refuse, since I needed the machine in the shortest possible time. The contract for the nasal product was already in place, and we could not wait that long for the automatic equipment to install the aluminum membrane in the seal. The machine had to be found, and I realized that I would not be able to do it on my own. This put a little bit of a damper on my confidence. Here, however, I was helped by the manager of a company in Krasnodar, who advised me to find a specialist in the supply of pharmaceutical equipment. Following his advice, I contacted a specialist intermediary of a Russian company. At that time I had no idea that I was doing the right thing. The manager of the company in Moscow listened to me, asked a few clarifying questions about the material of bottles, the required capacity, the way of fixing the membrane. I was pleased with his professional and business-like approach. After a preliminary consultation, he suggested the equipment for the installation of aluminum membrane in the seal. A week later we made a contract for the machine. The manager asked for a sample of our bottle with caps and aluminum membranes for testing. Before justifying the equipment, the specialist sent a video of our equipment. By heating the foil, the welding layer is melted, and the neck edge is melted. The connection of the membrane with the neck is secured firmly. Pre-prepared aluminum membrane pouches are seized and welded to the neck of the ointment bottles. The pre-prepared plastic caps of the vials are taken from the storage bin to the hopper to be fed to the capping line. In 40 days after conclusion of the contract, we received the working equipment for installation of aluminum membrane in the sealing line, and already in 3 weeks, we started to execute the order and to deliver the warming ointment to the customer. The machine worked perfectly. There were no failures in operation. Initially I was skeptical about choosing a manager, relying on my own experience, but I realized that one should always learn and not be afraid to trust a professional.